today I want to talk to you about something different than a board game. Recently, All Game Terrain, which is by Woodland, they sent me this box of stuff. So I guess you can kind of see it here. The All Game Terrain, they sent me this giant box of stuff. I've actually added some stuff. They did not send me this. This is for my paint water that I use. But anyway, I like to paint minis sometimes. I like to do other things. I'm not terribly good at it, but I enjoy it. I enjoy talking about it. I enjoy interacting with other people about it. So I thought I'd tell you about my experience with this box of stuff that All Game Terrain sent me. Basically, they sent me a sampler box, kind of, where they have these different types of terrain making stuff that you can use for basing. Like they sent me the weeds for spring green, and they sent me the base layer of soil and some other things. So I put them to use, tried them out, and with that, I haven't used it all yet, but I also put it in some new packaging too, because it just came in bags. That would be one thing I would say is that I liked what they sent me. They sent me sand, and so I had an idea with that. You can probably guess where I'm going with that. But they sent me sand. They sent me some things like a spray bottle. They sent me they also sent me the base paint for earth, and they sent me some different glues. Like this super seal is what you put in that spray bottle, and then you seal everything up. So I thought we'd take a look at what I did with it and talk about it real quick. Here we are with some of the things I painted real quick. I'm not a super painter necessarily. I just wanted to spend some time painting my dune stuff because I thought it would be fun to have it have more of a presence on the table. So in addition to applying some paint, and I also did some, so I did a base paint, I did some paints, and then I also did some washes to make them look more like they're coming up out of the sand. And I did some spraying. So this is the Old Man of the Desert here. The Old Man of the Desert, I painted up, added a wash, did some different things. But the main thing that I want you to see that I think is part of what will help it look cool on the table is I added this this basing to it that they sent me. So first I applied some of that earth paint that they sent me. So first I applied some of this base paint earth, and then I applied some of the earth base layer, and then I took the sand product that they had, applied it a couple times so that I had this nice sand looking thing, like this thing is just coming straight up out of the desert sand to get a collector. And that's what I wanted it to look like. That it was just out there in the middle of the desert. And when you see it from the side, hopefully it looks like this worm that has stuff on it. And it's just gigantic and scary on the board, which I think it looks fun like that. To give you scale between the Old Man of the Desert and the other worms that are in there, I also painted and based these two using the stuff that All Game Terrain sent me. So there's the scale difference between the two. And there's another one. I did that one a little bit darker, but there would be spice right here where these things show up. So that's why I went ahead and went darker. You can see on this one, especially with the darker, and that's the color of the earth base paint there, that it does show up darker than maybe a sand look. And then I did this one. So all kind of similar. I wanted them to look like they were coming up out of an area where there was spice. And then this one, too, it's a little bit bigger. And yeah, so the worms all kind of look similar, right? They're coming up out of the sand. They have that going on for them. But I also used it to do, I put the demon green on some of these habitations. I forget what they're called from Dune, but I did that because they were already this bright green color. You can kind of see there, but I made them even more bright green, added sand to them to base them just a little bit for looking cool on the table. Same thing with these. I applied a wash to these ones. That's the original color. I didn't paint that, but then on this side, I applied a wash and put some sand on those using the sand supplied by All Game Terrain. So here is also something else that All Game Terrain sent me. It has this thing that you can use to make like weeds or trees, depending on the size of the thing. Obviously, I haven't finished painting this Battletech miniature yet, but I did base it and I think it looks pretty good. I used a couple layers and then the ceiling spray that they sent me. So we'll show you that there. To make it look like it's coming through like a landing area out of the woods, maybe in a shoreline area. And then I had this monster from D&D that I had painted a while ago, and I thought that I would go ahead and do some basing on this. So this was some of the grass looking. Again, I used the base paint earth, and then I applied some sand, and then I applied some of the earth base, and then some of the grass. There you can see. And then I used some of that stuff to look like maybe there's a large bush there, because this thing would be about 2.5 times the size of a human, where it is, there we go. So a human would be about just a little bit past its kneecaps maybe on this one, and I thought that looked pretty good. So here we go. Here's my my Etten. I think this is an Etten. Anyways, this multi-headed D&D creature that I added some different stuff to make it look like it was coming out of the woods. And as you can see there, it has some nice differentiation to it now. It doesn't just look like it came out of the store without anything on it. But yeah, All Game Train was nice enough to send me this stuff. I think this will be good stuff if you're not used to building your own basing materials. I think it's a good start. It's kind of similar to what you would find at like Michael's or someplace like that, but it is focused on what gamers would use and what gamers would be looking for, especially in like a D&D setting or like a bolt action or something like this for Dune. I think that they have some good stuff. I'll be looking forward to seeing what else they have. I know that they have some different things than what they sent me in kind of in this sample kit. So what I used was sand natural and the summer grass and the weeds and the base layer, as well as their glues. Again, they do have different products like this Magic Tack, which is a different product than their Game Tack, which is you use this kind of for gluing larger things. And it's specifically made for gluing down stuff for miniatures and so forth. And what I realized is this is a company who has some years of experience woodland with doing stuff that's more like for trains and things like that. They just realized that they can also provide a good product to gamers. So overall, I would say this is good. You're going to need some storage solutions for the products that you get, but that's usually the case anyway for a lot of different terrain and basing materials that you're going to get. I just found some things that worked for me. Let me know what you think of All Game Terrain's things. Again, thanks to them for sending me this stuff to try out. I'm looking forward to using it in my play of Dune. Happy gaming. I'll catch you later.